Hello folks, this is BestInSlot, incredibly excited to bring you some relatively exclusive Return to Jurassic Park footage. Last week, me and a bunch of other YouTubers went to a Evolution event here in London, and we were able to record the first mission of the game. We also got to play the 6th mission and play the sandbox mode as well. We weren't allowed to record that, but we are allowed to talk about it. So I'm going to have some videos later on today detailing a lot of pretty exciting stuff from the rest of the event. But it is worth mentioning, because I know that's what people want to hear, the Tiger Velociraptor is indeed in the game and it looks incredible. We're not going to see it in this video, it doesn't make it into Mission 1, but the skin is in the game. I played with it in the sandbox mode and it made me extremely happy. So what are we going to see today? Well, we're going to see the opening mission sans cutscenes. It's worth mentioning that unfortunately my sound file for my audio got corrupted during the recording process. They have very kindly sent me a version with audio, but it's not technically me playing the game. That said, I do focus on some stuff in my gameplay that they don't for obvious reasons, because I just want to showcase everything to you guys. So I've spliced some of my footage without audio into their audio version. So we're going to see that change every now and again, but I'll point that out. We're going to go through, we're going to commentate, and we're going to pause when need be to give a little bit more detail. With all that said, really exciting, let's get going. Our very first gameplay look at Return to Jurassic Park.
As you can imagine, everything is a wee bit of a muddle on Isla Nublar, so we'll have our work cut out for us.
Yes, a return to the scene of the crime, as it were.
What crime would that be?
Hubris, John. Something that'll hopefully be managed a little more thoroughly this time.
I admit that I may have been too enthusiastic, and that it may have led to blind spots. That's why I've brought young Cabot Finch along with us.
So, what kind of science are you studying, Cabot?
Business.
Business? Great. The last thing we need more of.
Young Cabot confuses me in many ways. So, very first mission, let's pause on that. The first step to rebuild Jurassic Park is to reclaim the Isla Nublar site. This is, of course, taking place basically just after the events of the first film. I find it a little odd that, Hammond and Sattler are back. I don't think the justification is great, but at the end of the day, they got the voice actors in. That's really cool, and that's the more important bit. Our original dinosaur species now run wild in the wreckage left by the incident. To prepare the site, we need to capture and make safe the remaining dinosaurs. Before we can do that, we'll need to get some key facilities up and running, construct an arrival post and arrange an outpost, and we can begin. So that's really the initial mission. It's worth mentioning a little thing you may have noticed. In the top of each character's profile, they've got like a little icon. Hammond, for example, had the mosquito. In Return to Jurassic Park, there is 3 people running the contracts. It's Alan, Ellie, and Hammond, but you can also get missions from Cabot and from Ian Malcolm. All 5 of them can give you contracts, and those contracts will give you different levels of rep with different people. It's interesting. It's nice of them to pause. I actually haven't seen this footage, it must be said. It's something I've already played through entirely, but I'm curious as to how they're going to play it. We should be jumping to my own footage in a moment for the very first time, and you'll see why, trust me. Yeah, this is my footage right here, because right there is what I really want to show you. This is what I focused on. When the visitor center is destroyed, now you can't go inside the visitor center, that's not a thing. There was rumors from that terrible article that got like 50% of it wrong, that the T-Rex was going to go inside the visitor center and stuff like that. That's definitely not the case, but when it's broken down like it is here, gets hit by a storm or something, you can see inside it, and you can see the When the Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth banner fallen across the floor, which I think is really cool. I had to showcase that. And yeah, there you go. When dinosaurs ruled the earth. How cool is that? I thought that was just an amazing little detail. I wish there was a way to go inside, but whatever. So we're going to spice my footage probably 2 more times total. I'm going to showcase all the new... If you look on the left hand side, you'll see we've got some new decoration stuff. We're going to be looking at that. And I'm going to show you all the research as well. But first, the arrival helipad. Now, the arrival helipad actually replaces the monorail, basically, as in the arrival monorail. You put this down, and this is where your park guests will arrive into the park, which is really cool because you can place this absolutely anywhere. So we now have control as to where people enter. The ranger outpost is, of course, the similar thing to the ranger outpost we have now, basically. The same idea. And not really much to say on this bit. I really enjoyed my time with Return to Jurassic Park. I can't speak too much about the campaign because it was a bit fragmented. This is the new power station. There was only this one as far as I saw. It's just this big geothermal thing. Again, very cool. We'll see the fixed up version a little later on. I really enjoyed my time, but it was great. I had so many giddy little smiles at things. I'm not going to talk about all of it right now. Obviously, the tiger raptor, the arrival monorail, the arrival helipad itself is really cool. And I'm going to have a few videos later on today, 3 more videos detailing the dinosaur skins, which is definitely worth checking out. I'm going to have a video all about the compies and the aviaries. And here we go, this is my footage. They didn't really showcase the dinosaurs in their gameplay, so I did a little quick run through of my own. Unfortunately, the raptors refused to get out of the shadow, but I will say they looked really good in motion. They looked so cool. Just the little tweaks really, honestly, they just feel so much better. I don't know what it is about them, but they just work. And I went through and checked a few of the different dinosaurs to see if they had new skins. Like you see there, skin 1993 pattern. That's how the skins work. They are just a skin that you apply to the dinosaur, and it gives it a whole new model. They're not separate dinosaurs or anything like that. There's my beloved Triceratops looking... see, no sound. It's so disappointing. This is why I've had to use the other footage. But there's our 1993 Triceratops. The default pattern, which again... is definitely leaning more towards the blue. The sun is setting a little bit here. The Gallimimus in the version I played did not have extra skins or anything like that. We only had the basic one. Like I said, I'm going to go into more detail in my skin video in an hour or so. Dilophosaurus, likewise, no new skins. Just had the basic, no new remodels or anything like that. I'm going to talk about this later, but it is worth pointing out that I believe there may be more remodels or new skins on the way, but that could be a misinterpretation on my part. There's our 1993 Brachy. It goes a little insane here. It looks great. The new normal maps are really cool. I love the skin. It looks straight out of Jurassic Park. And then you get a little bit of evolution in there. What else? The Parasaurolophus, I think, is the last one we're going to take a look at here. There it is. Beautiful new skin. Made me like it a lot more. That's the Lost World Jurassic Park skin, that one. As you can see by my excited mouse wobbling. Yeah, I think that's it. Nicer view of the Brachiosaurus, looking lovely. The normal maps really do make a huge difference. That should be it, question mark? Oh no, am I showing you everything right now? Yes, so there's a Jurassic Park gate. So I'm just going to pause this for a moment. How the gate works, you know when you place a Jurassic Tour track thing at the moment, you'll go through a fence and the gate will automatically appear. With the Jurassic Park gate, you can basically replace that with the Jurassic Park gate. It works the same way. You can choose either a normal gate or a Jurassic Park gate. So every single gate going through your fences for your tour vehicles could be the Jurassic Park gate if that's what you wanted. Obviously that would be a little bit weird, but you can put them wherever you choose, basically. They're not like an individually placed item you can just put anywhere else. That you use them as part of your tour. No new feeders that I could see, although the goat feeder has changed slightly, which I don't think we'll see, and we'll talk about later on. There's fences, there's the park tour. Operations, we've got the ranger outpost, we've got a new storm defense station, we've got the arrival helipad, and the visitor center. There are less buildings. We've got the new bunker, we've got a hotel, a cafe, and gifts, and the restroom. So there's not, one-to-one recreations of every building. You're going to have the cafe for all your food and drink needs. You're going to have the gift shop for all your shopping needs. It's condensed a lot. I think in some ways this is going to make challenge mode actually easier. There's a couple of things that make it harder. I don't think we've got do we have like a proper ACU anymore, like a helicopter? I actually can't remember, but I don't believe so. So that's going to change things up a little bit. And the redwood trees. Yes, I'm going to show you the redwood trees. People have speculated that these are a brush. They're not. They're individually placed items, but a few of them do come. Well, that one anyway comes with, a triple basically, so it makes it look a lot more dense. And really you can get them pretty much close enough together that it looks like a proper redwood forest. No new rocks, unfortunately. Breaks my heart. But the redwoods look great. I'm going to talk about Isla Sorna again a little bit later on. But there's tons of new decorations and stuff. This one right here is designed to look like the Jurassic Park restroom, because the restroom we have in the game for Jurassic Park is great, but it doesn't look like the one from the film. This one does. This one looks like the one from the very first Jurassic Park, as you can see. Just a little wooden hut. I thought that was a really nice touch. There are lights that you can place now on the ground, and these do light up at night. And there's, of course, signs as well, which we have had a little look at. There's the East Dock sign, there's a few other ones, helipad, visitor centre, stuff like that. Decorations, guys, like proper decorations. It is the first step, and it's a really good one. There's also these, which I don't think anyone was expecting. We have all the classic Jurassic Park creatures, but then there's a series of ones that are blank, with just like a picture of that type of dinosaur. So you can put down a ceratopsid sign and use it for any dinosaur, basically. Well, any ceratopsid. It doesn't say a name. There's tons of those. Unfortunately, I didn't show the rest of them. because I'm a big dumb. And there's some new paths as well. The one on the left has like this quite faint, fossily cracked texture. It's pretty cool. Unfortunately, the lighting isn't great. There you go. That may be the last time we cut to my... No, one more time we're going to cut to my footage for some very interesting stuff that we're going to want to discuss. Let's put it that way.
To be back, Dr. Grant?
You know, the last time I was here, I left in kind of a hurry. And I want to make absolutely sure what happened isn't repeated ever again, so I've returned. Reluctantly. On the positive side of the ledger, it's a chance to work with living dinosaurs. Does that paint a clearer picture for you?
Completely, Dr. Grant. And Mr. Hammond seems pretty confident we can get everything working as designed and intended.
Confidence is not something John Hammond lacks. Competence, however,
Is something I pride myself in, Dr. Grant. We'll need to repair the geothermal power station to start.
Okay, once that is done, we can focus on the visitor center. Repaired, powered, should give us a solid base of operations.
I love that in this canon, Cabot Finch and Alan Grant have had a conversation. It's also bizarre hearing Cabot's like slightly old man voice come out of this young, like, adventurer looking dude. It's bizarre. I love that Cabot's part of it. I wasn't expecting it. But it's now canon, in Evolution at least, that Hammond brings back Cabot Finch way back here. Masrani then, like, he just works for Jurassic Park for like decades, seemingly. First to rebuild the park. Now, I want to talk a little bit about these raptor pens right here. They are, as far as I can tell, a decoration. You place them via, like, they can be damaged and stuff like that, and actually you're going to use them in the campaign. We're going to see that a little bit later on. But I don't believe they actually have a function outside of that. They're not a feeder, they're not a hatchery or anything like that. We'll talk a little bit more about it when we get there. You may have noticed in the bottom left, we now have...
I was reluctant to come back here for obvious reasons, but then I realized that I was even more reluctant to stay away because nature would take its course, as it always does.
I felt the same. Still, there's no denying this is the single most important place on Earth right now. Perhaps ever.
Perhaps, but what of Dr. Grant?
He and I are a team. Through thick and thin, you know?
Yes. Still, chaos, Dr. Sattler. Chaos has me contemplating whether we can actually make things better or just delay the inevitable.
It all comes down to responsibility. The last time we were here, we were Hammond's guests. This time, we're more like partners. Now we have the knowledge and the means to make a change.
Ambitious, Dr. Sattler. That's ambitious, but, you know, I do like the sentiment.
Good. I'll need a research module added to the visitor center. Then we can get a look at the different fencing available.
Let's add an emergency bunker to that list as well. I mean, you know, we've both experienced how effective fences have been in the past.
So, I just want to pause and talk about that very quickly. First things first, you'll notice the visitor center now replaces the research center, the dig team, all that kind of jazz. You basically add the module to the visitor center, which is going to cost you money and set you back, so it's the same idea, although it saves a lot of room. And then you'll be able to do all your research and stuff from the visitor center. It's like a big hub. So there's not a new research building, there's not a new dig site building, stuff like that. Mr. DNA pops up every single time you load the research screen in Jurassic Park mode. It's very cool. Now, we're going to take a look at the fence here. Unfortunately, they don't show much else, but I will show you everything. So, electrified cable fence provides good defense against escapes. And my footage any second now. Here we go. So, let's check mine out. And I'm going to show you basically everything. Because I'm just a nice person like that. So, we're going to see here, there's the Pteranodon in the Smoky Hill dig site. There's actually 2 dig sites, I don't know why. That's not focused on more. I'm just going to pause that for a sec. There's the... Tell you what, let's go back just slightly. I'll just show you the Pteranodon again. Oopsie daisy. Very professional. There you go. For those who want to see it, basically. So there's the Pteranodon. You unlock it on Isla Nublar Mission 6. Which I'm not going to count as a spoiler because you see it on Mission 1. And same with the Compsognathus. Again, you unlock it on Mission 6. So I have played with both of these. Because like I say, I did play Mission 6. So I'm able to give you a lot of information on those that we'll talk about later. And the compy's amazing. And there's the T-Rex. You can see all the new raptor skins. Basically, this is just a way to unlock all the Jurassic Park canon dinosaurs. It is like the other campaigns. It is a separate campaign, and you are going to have a limited dinosaur roster. Even more than Claire's, though, it makes a lot of sense here, right? That to have those limited dinosaurs. Now, I believe we're onto my footage here. So that is the 1993 variants. These are cosmetic genes that you're going to unlock through gameplay. So Isla Nublar Mission 5 for 1993 applies to Brachiosaurus and T-Rex. And also Velociraptor. I think it's basically saying... Why is it not saying Velociraptor? That's odd. I have no idea. 1997, Stegosaurus, Tyrannosaurus Rex, Velociraptor. Also Parasaurolophus. Again, it's clearly not showing all the dinosaurs for some reason. And 2001, Brachiosaurus, Parasaurolophus, Tyrannosaurus Rex, and Velociraptor. Ankylosaurus, and... yeah, nothing new there. Those are the Raptor Squad skin collections. I was super excited about that. I didn't know about this at the time. This is just something we spotted whilst playing the game, you know. It wasn't like told to us beforehand. This was before, of course, we knew about the skin set. There was nothing else there. If you want to pause that really quickly, you could do and have a look at, you know, the new dinosaurs, which skins they'll get. This is the interesting bit. So we've got all these medical treatments. People are going to lose their minds here. I need to control people. There's a new medical treatment called Breeding Countermeasure. Inhibits dinosaur breeding, keeping populations under control. Now. Now. Before people go utterly mental and start saying that breeding is in the game and all this kind of stuff, I would like to point out that this is as far as I can tell, this is a campaign-only research item. When I played Sandbox, I expressly went onto the research screen to try and find this medical treatment, and it wasn't there. Okay? It wasn't there at all. I suspect this is simply... like, I didn't get to play Mission 2, so I didn't get to unlock it, so I didn't see. I suspect there is a mission where maybe dinosaurs keep reappearing, or something like that, and you need to go use this countermeasure before things get out of control. Breeding is not part of the game. Steg has already confirmed that. You know, dinosaurs aren't about to be popping out babies, we're not about to get eggs, we're not about to get baby dinosaurs, or smaller dinosaurs, or aging dinosaurs, or any of that. It's not in the game, okay? Because I know people are going to see this and freak out. I'm telling you now, it's not a thing, but it is a campaign. It's part of the campaign in some way. We'll have to wait and see how, but I'm telling you, it's not a big part of the game. It's not in Sandbox, blah, 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 blah. So, I know how people will react to that. That's how I reacted. I started, you can see I'm still hovering over it, because I'm like, just thinking, like, what the hell is this? This is not what I expected. And, okay, why am I going so quick? Go back, you nerd. There's the aviary, again, Isla Nublar Mission 6. Only Pteranodons at the moment. The Jurassic Cafe provides great satisfaction. Isla Nublar Mission 5. Jurassic Gifts, and the restroom. And then we also have the counter-espionage upgrade, which again is Isla Nublar Mission 2, and again something that isn't there, I believe, in Sandbox mode. Enhanced server security provides protection against external saboteurs and industrial espionage. I imagine maybe Biosyn is going to appear, or they're just trying to avoid like another Nedry situation. Again, these researches are meant to be campaign appropriate, a way to sort of basically a way to make the story more interesting, not necessarily like an overarching gameplay change. Just worth keeping that in mind. Again, that one I was confused about. And also, DNA sequences. Fluorescence-based sequencing fills gap in dinosaur genomes and identifies undesirable traits. I have no idea what that is. Again, not there in other forms of the game. But it's interesting. Again, this is just going to play into the gameplay. Maybe we're breeding dinosaurs that are super aggressive or something like that, and we have to breed it out of them using the DNA sequencer. Never played Mission 3, so no real idea, but that's pretty cool and interesting. We'll have to wait and see. It's good that we don't know a lot of the campaign. Moving on then, we have our building upgrades. I don't think there was anything particularly new here, although I will end up taking a quick little peek. Lots of the fairly regular stuff. Yep. Enclosures, so these are new fences. We have only 3. Some people have suggested 4, but it is 3. We have the electrified cable fence. Oh, yeah, we have binoculars, which mean, you know, like when the monorail goes past and it's got like that ring of viewing around it? It's the same kind of thing with the park tour. It gets like an increased radius, so you can see the dinosaurs a little bit better. I want to point something out here, because this actually really confused me when I was playing. You can see that the park tour uses the grey vehicles rather than the green and yellow ones we would come to expect from a Jurassic Park tour vehicle. But we do have an image of the Jurassic Park tour vehicle. When I played sandbox mode, I made the tour, and actually in Mission 6 as well, and it was the grey vehicles, like the Ranger vehicles, so I have no idea what's going on there. I don't know why that's the case. I don't know why it's the wrong vehicle. I'm hoping, because we have seen the green one, that is a mistake, basically, and that's something that's going to get changed. Maybe there's some licensing issues there, I have no idea, but either way, that was the case when I played the game. I thought it was quite odd. However, there are some cool things, as we will see. We've got cameras, so you can unlock a camera whilst riding the park tour. Just take photos, basically. We have drivable park tours. Again, you can see the vehicles there. Manually control them. And this one, night vision can be used when using the park tour. This is something I'll talk about a little later on, because I did get to play with it in sandbox, but basically, as you're driving along, you can activate night mode, night vision mode, put down those goggles, just like in Jurassic Park, and see all your dinosaurs in the middle of the night with that sort of green-looking effect. A very cool little detail, I thought. Really big fan of that one. What else? Yeah, all the feeders are the same. There's the heavy cable fence. So we've got the light cable, we've got the electrified cable fence and the heavy cable fence, and then you've got the light cable fence. If I had to guess, light cable fence, electrified cable fence, heavy cable fence, in order would be the strength. But I don't know for sure. It's a beast, isn't it? Straight out of Jurassic Park 3. Very cool. And that is it for my footage. That is totally it for my footage now. There's nothing else new to show you that isn't already going to be present in this video. So now we just get to see how good they are. How long have we got left? Let's have a little look. We have about 7 minutes of footage left. And there it is. Mission 1 was quite limited. This is on Isla Nublar. But you do basically how the campaign... Little spoiler for the campaign. I'm not going to spoil any story beats. This is only like basic information that I know. But I know that you start on Isla Nublar, then you go to Isla Sorna, then you come back to Isla Nublar.
Mr. Hammond is very concerned. We're getting reports of staff injuries.
Velociraptors. Okay, we have to get them enclosed in the raptor pen.
Aren't you an expert on raptors, Dr. Grant?
I think that it'd be fair to say that raptors and Dr. Grant have history.
Marlon.
Devoting your life to the study of an animal means accepting the harsh truth that it would try to kill you if you ever came face to face with it.
You did come face to face with it.
Which was impossible before Jurassic Park. So that had to count for something.
It did. It counted for a lot of sleepless nights.
There's a little raptor pen sign, very cool. You'll see things have changed very slightly. There's a new icon now showing where the raptors are, like this new circular dinosaur icon. But if you look in the bottom left, you'll see we now have a medicate, tranquilize, and flare option. The helicopters have the same 3 options. Both teams can now do both things, all 3 things, and you can swap between them. The flare, basically, because vehicular destruction is now in the game, the flares basically distract the dinosaurs to let you medicate them, or tranquilize them, or replenish feeders and stuff like that without the dinosaurs wrecking your vehicle.
Warning. Ranger
You saw it there.
under attack.
Vehicle took a little bit of damage. Its condition is now 81%, and you'd have to go back to the Ranger building in order to fix it up. There it is. I didn't get to play with this as much as I would have liked in sandbox and stuff like that. I did try, but they refused to beat my car up. I don't know how this works in terms of can the vehicle get entirely destroyed and stuff like that. We'll have to wait and see. Little achievement there. Again, not me playing the game. Unless it's really good, in which case let's pretend it's me playing the game in terms of the skill level here. God, I'm hoping I'm not get hit by copyright here. So yeah, the raptors are roaming around the visitor centre, and we're trying to get Jurassic Park online, so the first thing we need to do is capture them. And murdering a guest. Classic. I'm hoping they showcase the flares.
Dinosaurs. Hey, I can save everybody a whole lot of time and just explain what happens eventually, and that eventually comes much sooner than anybody anticipates. Well, except me.
I love that Malcolm's little logo is the butterfly sign. All 5 of them have a different colour scheme and a different little icon to resemble, their area basically. So Malcolm will give you a quest and it'll raise your rep with Grant and Sattler. Stuff like that. I'm assuming Cabot and Hammond basically work together, and the other 3 basically work together. Dum bum bum. Careful, lad, careful. That's nearly a great show. Nearly doesn't bring home the raptors though, does it, buddy boy? I think they're down anyway, yep. Only takes one shot to take out a raptor. I love the visitor center, it looks so good. I actually prefer it when it's destroyed, but when it's lit up at night and it's working, you see that water running down the front and stuff like that, it's perfect. It's just absolutely perfect. At the end of the day, Jurassic Park, Return to Jurassic Park is still Jurassic World Evolution, you know. Fundamentally, the gameplay hasn't really changed at all. But the dinosaurs look better, the park itself looks better, we've got the aviaries now, we've got the compies, we've got the signposts, we've got the lights, all this new stuff that just makes things feel a little bit better. Thematically, it just resonates so much better. I really enjoyed it. It's about what you'd expect from like a Jurassic Park campaign, but I'd say so far at least, on the 2 missions I played, the campaign was better than Claire's and Wu's. I didn't have really any super obnoxious missions yet, let's put it that way, although I didn't have any particularly unique missions either. It's, you know, Jurassic World Evolution campaign at the end of the day. There's only so much they can do gameplay wise. Oh, random galley. Get out of there, buddy. It's a lovely dum bum 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 bum. Just desperately trying to get me smacked by copyright here, aren't you? I turned off the copyright music in my playthrough. And in my recording of the gameplay. I don't know if a lot of people bothered with that, but I did. So, the transport team is what is usual, but what you have to do here is move the raptors to the raptor pen. Look at the security guards at the top and stuff, it's really cool. The transport team didn't change, it is the same type of helicopter as we've seen in Jurassic World Evolution. As far as I can tell, this is not what the raptor pen is used for, so I tried this out. I tried to move velociraptors into the raptor pen during sandbox mode, and it didn't work. It literally didn't work. I could not move them in there. And once they're in there, there's no way to get them out that I could see, and you can't view them or anything like that. I think it is basically a decoration.
So our goal now is get everything under control, right?
Control? No, Finch. The best that you can hope for on Isla Nublar is managed chaos.
And that is why you are here, Dr. Malcolm.
So, not my sparkling personality then?
We just need Jurassic Park manageable, chaos and all. Then we can think about larger plans.
Alan and I still really aren't comfortable opening the park to tourists.
That is kind of an understatement.
I understand your sentiment and your concerns, but all in due course. And I do seem to remember seeing the public at your dig site in the Badlands. Charged them, didn't you?
Those donations help fund our research.
As did I.
For which we are grateful, but
But it's really no different than what we are doing here at Jurassic Park, Dr. Sattler. Just on an admittedly much grander scale.
And with more theatrics and buttered popcorn.
we all know your vision, John. But the execution, it really needs work.
That is why you are all here. To make sure this dream, my dream, doesn't die.
And there is one other major difference between us, John. In Montana, Ellie and I were pulling dinosaur fossils out of the ground. And here, it's the dinosaurs that are trying to put us into the ground.
And isn't that exciting?
Finch, you really need to learn when to stop talking.
I love Finch. His presence just like, I'm sure it'll annoy some people. He's hardly like a canon character or anything, right? But nah, I love him. I think he fits in beautifully. He's just bizarre. I've got to say, Malcolm is still very clearly the best voice actor in the bunch. Like I think he resonates very much stronger than the others. But yeah, that's a beautiful shot of the visitor center. Well done, people. You can tell when people are a little bit newer to the game, or maybe haven't put 350 hours in it, because they sent the Ranger vehicle to fix the fence rather than just deleting it, replacing it as I would have done. So, mission 1 done. We get Ranger team scheduling, we get research speed, and there are 6 more missions in the game. Only one of which I saw. And I believe that is it for us, folks. Yeah, there we go. That is the end. So, Return to Jurassic Park, there you go. I did try to show you absolutely everything, essentially. I don't think I missed much. There was talk of behaviour changes or animation changes or even dinosaurs not clipping in each other. That could be a thing, I don't know. I didn't try that out. I haven't seen the rest of that stuff. I can't really comment on it for sure. I don't want to. Parts of this are still in development, at least very slightly, and we'll talk about that a little later on. But overall, I had a really cool time. The new buildings are great. A little bit, there's not as many of them as I was hoping for, maybe, but overall they're a really good addition. They all look really well themed. The visitor center just looks incredible. The new dinosaur skins are amazing. The voice acting really elevates the campaign in a new way as well. And I am starting to buy into the justification for why Grant, etc. would decide to come back to the park. If they kind of accept it's going to happen anyway, and they think they can use their experience to make it go better, then yeah, I can kind of buy that. So, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do hit the like button if you did, it really helps me out. And remember to subscribe for much more Jurassic World Evolution information. We'll be back in an hour with the first in a series of 3 videos where I'm going to be covering the dinosaurs and their skins. It's really exciting stuff. Then I'm going to be covering the compies and the aviaries. And then finally, I'm going to talk about basically everything else. The new decorations, the buildings, the fences, the missions, blah, blah, blah. Absolutely everything. So come back and check those out later on today. I'll see you lovely folks next time. Feel free to discuss and ask questions and such in the comments down below. Cheers much as always. Bye-bye.